Hello again, everyone. So this is going to be part 2 of the original Sims 4 video that I made. So it's the second part of the modern house that I built for Pal Schumacher and Hilda Schumacher. So if you didn't see the first part, go ahead and click to that one. I should have a link for it here in this vicinity somewhere. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with this video. So, I don't know if while I was talking if you were paying attention to what I was doing in the actual video, but I originally was going to make this guest room an actual guest room, but I decided, hey, it doesn't necessarily have to be a guest room. I could put maybe a couch in there that could be, in air quotes, converted into a, like a bed. I know they don't have any like convertible beds. Well, that sounds funny, but like any like futon type stuff. So I kind of sorry, I kind of went with that. I wanted it to be like an office, like maybe in the past it could have belonged to like a daughter who's now long moved out and everything, and but they still have it as a potential guest room. So I just a quick heads up for anybody that didn't see the original video, I'm just building a Sims house on here, and it's for a family that owns a cafe across the street, and I've already built the 2 bathrooms upstairs and then the master bedroom, and so I'm working on the rest of it for this video, so just wanted to give you an update. But for this room, I just kind of wanted to make it like their office-y room / activity room, because a lot of the time when I make the rooms, I just make a bunch of bedrooms and I don't really give them any room to do any additional stuff. So I kind of made it into an office. They can do like their bills and their business stuff since they own the cafe, in quotations again, since you can't own a cafe in this game. But I figured they could sit at that computer, do some bills, do some business, and then Hilda's into art, and so I put an easel over there, and then I figured that that little jersey on the wall could belong to Pal, and then I'm trying to figure out what I can put in that corner over there. I had a hard time trying to figure it out because it just seemed kind of plain, and I didn't want to put something too big that would just crowd everything out. So what did I end up settling on? I think I settled on putting a plant in there. So like I said in the last video, if I can't figure out what else I want to put somewhere, I put a plant there. And I just kind of went with like a neutral color in this room, and then it's kind of weird and askew, just a bunch of random stuff in it because it's the spare room. And then I put that little closety thing. Since they don't have an actual closet, I put the little like shelf with the jackets on it, and then I moved on to the hall, and I don't usually use that peachy color. I wanted to try and use something a little different. I told you that when I try and stick with a theme like the gray theme, I always end up switching it because it seems like too much gray. I did go with gray furniture and stuff still, but I went with the peach color, which I don't usually use. I wanted to try and do some stuff a little different this time around. And then I put a little table in that hall, because hallways are kind of difficult to decorate because you kind of want something in there, but you don't want it to be too crowded or too much junk. Like I put some stuff on the little sides of the walls here. I think I could have gone without it. Oh, and then I decided that I was going to make Pal like bowling. So he owns a cafe, so we put the little neon coffee cup there, and then on the other side of the door, there's a little like bowling thing. Like I said, I like to think when I'm building, I like to think of like their personalities and the type of things they would like. And then on the first floor, I wanted to have like the open window for the living room, and then the kitchen over there in the corner. And as I said in the previous video, I wanted it to kind of be like the nice condos and stuff that they show on HGTV. So I have a little sliding back door there, and then I wanted a fireplace because this is somehow always the layout and the stuff for the HGTV stuff. But I really like it. I'm not necessarily a modern person, but I do like a modern style when I'm designing stuff. So I wouldn't necessarily want a super modern home to live in, but I like building it whenever I'm building the houses in here. And then like I said, I went with like the gray theme still. I continued it down with the furniture, and I have it a little bit mismatched. And then I wanted accent chairs, because I don't want to go with the full furniture where you have the same love seat and the same chair and the same couch. So I put some accent chairs in there, and I actually ended up switching those later on to a slightly different color, because I didn't like the light brown legs there with the floralish pattern there. I just didn't like it with the gray. So yeah, you see, sorry, you can see there I switched it to the black to continue with the theme. And then I wanted an accent light there, so I went with that one there. I do end up changing it to something a little bit more different, but I just wanted something that was kind of a set out piece from the lights that were upstairs. I wanted something that would hang down but be a little bit different, and could kind of be a centerpiece for the room, similar to there in the dining room where I'd used the same light as the chandelier. I keep saying so sorry. I even have had speech class and everything. I'm just watching myself do this, so I'm kind of just going along as we go. I don't usually say on a regular basis, but I'm also kind of ill right now, so if I kind of randomly cough and talking a lot, so don't mind me. My apologies. I struggled putting this stupid cat on this little table. This cat statue, I could not get it correct forever. It was almost worse than this curtains that I was working on upstairs on the other episode, or like the last video that I posted. But eventually I figured out how to get him on there. He, she, it. Man's best friend, as it is labeled. Or is that a dog? I thought it was a cat, but that might be the dog. I might be wrong here. I'm not really sure. But I just kind of put in some random decorations here that kind of fit with the personalities of Hilda and Pal, which I didn't know I was going to make Hilda at the time. I didn't have any particular idea for her. I figured she could be artsy and want to paint and stuff, but let's see. Oh yeah, I still went with like a dark tone. I think that's a little bit more brown than gray, but I still wanted something a little bit darker. And then I haven't really used that little chest or drawer, table drawer, whatever you call them, yet. I got it in one of the laundry expansion pack or whatever, but I haven't really used it much. I like to save the nicer stuff for like nicer projects and stuff that I'm making. So, but I used that, and then that little spice hanging thing I don't usually use. I like to save that for the nicer ones too. And then my favorite part to make is actually usually the kitchen. I always save it for last. I don't know why it's always my favorite part to make. I think because there are so many different ways that you can style and organize a kitchen. Like, you can put islands, and you can put cabinets, and you can put shelves, and then you can put the dishwashers and all that jazz. You can put microwaves, ovens, etc. I don't know why I always prefer making the kitchen. I think because I can make them. There's just so many different colors of cabinet options and so many different cabinets. That is one thing that the Sims 4 has gotten right, is that they have so many different options for cabinets, and they aren't ugly like this freaking curtains that they give you the option of. So I made a big island there because I didn't want a huge open space, and then when I had just the 2 pieces of counter for the island, it just didn't seem like enough, so I went with a big blocky island. Although, here in a little bit you'll see where I had a hard time decorating it. If you guys have any ideas of how to decorate a big island like that, I just felt overwhelmed, and I didn't want to. I guess what I could have done, I could have made everything centered, but I tried to make everything on a different counter because I didn't feel like taking the time to move the counter and make everything set up. So maybe if I had done that, I would have liked it a little bit better. But I ended up just moving everything onto one counter piece and going from there. And I picked out some stools to go there. Obviously, I'm not going to put them on the other side because that would just block the entryway to the refrigerator and the dishwasher and everything. And there I struggle with the dang curtains again, and I ended up settling for the kind of long ones, but the way they are positioned on the counter there, it kind of looks like they're medium sized or short. And I'm just kind of decorating the kitchen a little bit. Also, I never pointed out the stairs that I chose, but I wanted to go with those as modern-y too, so I did like the kind of floating ones where you can see through them, and then they're kind of unattached in a way. Oh, and here I am with the island. I just kind of like sporadically placed stuff to not make it so bare, and then I ended up hating it and just moving everything into one counter. There you can see I was probably like, oh, this looks awful. So I went in and started to change it. But again, if you guys know of a good way to decorate these dang countertops with like just big islands like that, give me some hints, because I struggle. That's one of my struggles too, is decorating the dang cabinets. And I didn't remember changing the railing upstairs, but I guess I changed it to match the actual stair railing. So, because the other one I chose I had never used before, but I guess I ended up changing it to match the actual railing, which I really like that one better because it's a lot more modern, but still, I didn't remember changing it. And now I'm working on the decking. Is decking a word for that? I guess. So again, I wanted to go with more of a modern, so I had those gray brick stairs to go with my gray theme. Here we go again. I've said gray theme so many times. And then I got some pillars. I wanted a roof over the porches so that it could be when it was raining or snowing, which I don't have the what is it? Seasons. I don't have that one. I'm too cheap to go buy that for $40. When it's on sale, I buy it. So like all the other expansion packs, I buy when they're like half off. So yeah, I'm not paying $40 for the expansion at the time. I'm too poor for that. Hey. Oh, and here I another thing. You guys are gonna be like, don't you struggle with everything? By the way you're talking about it. So I struggle with roofing. Although, actually, I'm really proud of this one because it actually looks really modern and looks pretty good. I never know how to make it look unique. Like, I just always use the gabled roof all the time. And then a half gabled if I want a roof over the porch. But I actually really like this one. It goes with the modern theme a lot. And then I just kind of brought out the tile from inside and put it outside to match everything. Because, like I said I filmed it yesterday, but I didn't post it yesterday. Like I said in my last video, a lot of houses these days, they just match everything throughout, especially the modern ones. And then for my roofing, I usually do black roofs whenever I make the houses here, but that would have been too much black going with the black siding that I chose, which I don't usually choose. So I just went with a gray, and then I just brought the tile out for the walkway that I have there instead of using the spray-on like stone cobble walkways and everything. And then one of my favorite things to do is landscaping on here. I used to hardly ever landscape, but since I actually thought about doing it, that's all I ever do. And I kind of feel like I over landscape a lot of the time. I mean, you guys can tell me based off of watching this if you think that I over landscape. I think it looks really pretty a lot of the time, but sometimes I'm like, would all houses have this much landscaping this pretty? So I just kind of, right there, I'm just kind of like sporadically putting plants, because yes, there is uniformity a lot of the time when people are doing the planting. But I get kind of tired of the uniformity. I don't want like the exact same tree on each side of the walkway and the exact same amount of trees on each side and whatnot. And that curly tree that's over there to the left of the house, I never use that, but with this modern house, I was like, I think this would look pretty good. And I actually ended up liking it because I don't usually like it for anything, but I thought it would look good with this one. And then I'm using a lot of cacti and like aloe plants and things along those lines because I'm in Oasis Springs still, and in all the houses I build here, I've been gradually building new I've been tearing down all the previous ones that the makers made on here, the developers, and I've been building my own stuff. So I have been just spreading cacti throughout because I'm in Oasis Springs, and I've usually put palms and stuff, but I don't think I put it in here. And then I was talking when I mentioned it, but where I was trying to spray under the house, if you look at all the other Sims houses, that are made by the developers, they have the little dirt line around all the houses, which I usually put in, but I was too lazy to do it for this one, so I didn't. And then right here, I figured Hilda and Pal could be gardeners, so I made like a little greenhouse where they could plant some vegetables, and then they can have some flowers planted there as well. But I've also yet never used that greenhousey thing. I don't even know what its intention is, but I thought it would be cool to use as a greenhouse. I don't know if that's what it's meant for, but I want to mention one more time the little spray. Usually when you can spray on like different what's the word I'm looking for? Terrains and stuff. So I usually make a little lining, because if you look at all the other Sim developer houses, they have the little lining, like the little dirt line, which I usually do, but again, I was just too lazy to do it. And man, my sickness is making me forget what I was going to say. Oh yeah, so I had thought about putting some palms in, but I don't want every single house in Oasis Spring to have palms. I mean, some of them can be professionally landscaped. They don't have to be naturally planted, if you know what I mean. Maybe I'm just talking in circles now because I'm sick, but I decided back there I wanted to put just two little seats that they could go relax and maybe read a book or something under the tree, because usually I just make a full patio with a grill and everything, and I wanted to switch it up a little. And they're elderly, so they are not necessarily gonna have all this jazz to go grill and sit out on a patio and do all that. They could just go relax in the shade under a tree. And here I was just kind of showing you guys everything, and then renaming it Pal's Hideaway. I also wanted to show you guys a little bit of a close-up on each room so you could see that. And I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked this idea. I hope you liked this house build. And if you want me to do more of these, let me know. If you liked the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know. And I hope you guys have a good day and have a good night. And bye!